You know how those holiday commercials always show delivery drivers as Santa's helpers? Smiling dudes in clean outfits handing out perfect gifts to happy families? Yeah, that's BS. I did deliveries for a third-party company one holiday season back in 2019. I won't say who, but think of the places that rent plain white vans when they're short on trucks. That was me. No fancy clothes, just a vest and a scanner that died every 20 mins. It sucked. You got paid for each route, but if you didn't finish, you missed out on the holiday pay. And I really needed that money because rent in Philly had gone up, and I was screwed if I didn't get a big check in December. This happened on Christmas Eve. I know, right? That's when it's crazy busy. I was on my last stop. The scanner said I only had one left. It was 9:45 p.m. I was so tired. I'd been driving since 6 a.m., running on gas station coffee and jerky. The van's heater was busted and stuck on max, so I was sweating even though it was freezing outside. The GPS took me out of the city toward Chester County. You know how fast things get rural out there. No streetlights, twisty roads, and houses set back behind trees. The address was on Old Mill Lane, a road I'd never heard of. Sounded pretty, but it wasn't. It was just a dirt road. The van rattled so bad, I thought the door would fall off. The headlights showed nothing but trees. I finally got to the driveway. There was a gate, but it was open. I drove in. The driveway was long and went up a hill. The house was big, modern looking, with black trim and giant windows. But it was dark. Not everyone's asleep dark, but power's out dark. No lights anywhere. I checked the scanner. Package ID 884X. Recipient Gary Miller. Had to sign. Great, I said. Signature needed at 10 at night. If I didn't get a signature, I had to take the box back and wouldn't finish the route. I didn't want that. I figured they were in the back or went to bed early and forgot the lights. I grabbed the box, which was heavy, and said, "Fragile," and got out. The cold air woke me up fast. I went to the porch. The snow wasn't shoveled, but there were tracks like people had been walking all over. I didn't think about it. I rang the bell but couldn't hear anything. I knocked hard. "Delivery, speed post." Silence. The wind blew and something rattled. I waited. I went to knock again when I saw the door was unlocked. It was open a small bit. My company says never go inside, but they also say get a signature. "Mr. Miller," I shouted, pushing the door open a little. "Delivery." The hallway was black. It smelled like metal, like blood, and also like cleaner. I stopped. My gut said run, but my brain said maybe they're fixing something. Then someone spoke from upstairs. "Just a minute." It was a man. He sounded calm but out of breath. "Sorry," I answered, stepping back. "Need a signature." "Coming down," he said. I heard heavy footsteps. A man came into the light. He had a flashlight shining in my face, so I couldn't see him well. "Rough night to be working," he said, sounding nice. "Tell me about it," I replied. "Just need you to sign here, Mr. Miller." I held out the scanner. The man stepped onto the porch. He was huge with a jacket zipped up and a hat pulled down. He wasn't wearing gloves, and his hands were very red. He took the pen from me. "Where do I sign?" he asked. "In the box," I said. He scribbled something. "Thanks," I said. "Merry Christmas." "You too," he said. He didn't grab the box, just stood there. I turned to leave and heard a thump from inside. I stopped. The man was still there and shining the light at me. "Everything okay?" I asked. "Dog," he said quickly. "Big dog, clumsy." "Okay," I said. I got in the van. I felt strange. I started the engine. It made noise, but it didn't start. "No," I whispered. "Not now." I tried again. Still nothing. I looked at the porch. The man was just watching me. I checked my phone. 1 bar. I couldn't load the mechanic's number. I rolled down the window. "Hey," I yelled. "Sorry to bother you, but my van won't start. Got jumper cables?" The man took a while to answer. Then he walked down the steps. "I might in the garage." He walked toward the van like he was going to fight me. He got closer and lowered the light. I saw his jacket. It was stained with dark stuff, wet stains, and his boots had mud on them with pinkish stuff in it. He stopped at the door. "Open the hood," he said. I looked at his face. He was smiling, but his eyes were cold, and he had a scratch on his neck. "Actually," I said, shaking, "I think I just messed it up. Let me try again." "Open the hood," he said again and grabbed the handle. I locked the door as his hand touched it. He yanked on it, and the van shook. "Open the door," he said, his voice deep. "I'm calling the cops," I yelled, holding up my phone, but it wouldn't load anything. The man didn't move. He raised the flashlight, a metal one. He hit the window. The glass blew apart and cut me. I screamed and went to the other seat. He reached through and grabbed my vest. I kicked him, but he didn't care. He tried to open the door. I kicked the passenger door open and fell out. I ran toward the woods. It was dark, and I fell, cutting my hands. "You can't run!" he shouted. He was doing something to the van. I hid behind a tree, scared. He wasn't coming into the woods. He was taking the battery out of the van. He didn't want the van. He just didn't want me to leave. Why? Then I looked at the house. I could see inside. The room was upside down, and there was a pile of stuff on the floor. A foot was sticking out. A woman's foot with a Christmas sock. I covered my mouth so I wouldn't throw up. The man wasn't Mr. Miller. He had killed everyone and I had walked in. He was trying to get away. He didn't have a car, or it was broken. I knew why he didn't chase me. He was going to get a weapon. I had to move. I couldn't go down the driveway. I went into the woods. I walked for a long time. My feet were cold and my ears hurt from the glass. Finally, I saw lights, a road. I went out of the trees and to the road and waved at a truck. It was a snowplow. The driver saw the blood and let me in and called the police. We waited for the police. The heater felt great. The police came to the house a short time after that. They found Mr. Miller trying to get the family's car running, but he couldn't work the push start. His name was Vance. He had escaped from jail and was looking for money and a car. The Millers were in the living room and were dead. But the news didn't say this part, the reason I quit the next day and never delivered things again. The police looked at the scanner from my van. They asked about the signature. I told them that he signed it. The detective showed me the signature on the scanner. It wasn't a name. He had written, "Thanks for the ride." He planned to kill me when I opened the door. He wasn't interested in my package. He wanted to use my van to escape because nobody stops a delivery driver at Christmas. If my van had started when I turned the key, I would have opened the door for him. I would be dead, and he would be driving my van, driving my route, to hide. So, when you see delivery drivers this Christmas, don't just be mad that your package is late. Be thankful they came at all, and turn on your porch light. You don't know what's in the dark.